Welcome to the Stampin' Up family. You're about to embark down a path filled with fun paper crafting projects, rewarding relationships, and the opportunity to build a successful home-based business. In this video, we'll explore what you need to know to hold your first workshop. Watch for the different elements that you'll need to have a successful experience. Make sure to take note of the resources that Stampin' Up offers. And keep in mind the key ingredient of any workshop: fun. So let's get started with the first thing you need to know. What exactly is a workshop? Workshops are the foundation of your business. They are the best place to find new customers and to begin building a relationship of loyalty with those customers. They are also the best place to book additional workshops and find hostesses. And finally, workshops are a fun and comfortable setting to share Stampin' Up's great products. In its most basic form, a workshop is a gathering of friends who enjoy a common hobby and enjoy being together. You'll find as you gain experience that workshops can be done in many different ways. Some demonstrators demonstrate projects and have a make and take, while other demonstrators have hands-on workshops where guests stamp several projects. As you hold workshops, you can experiment with different formats to see what works best for you. However you decide to do your workshops, make sure that your guests are having fun and that they have the opportunity to stamp. Experience has shown that once people have the opportunity to use Stampin' Up products, they get hooked on stamping. When you demonstrate projects and then allow guests the opportunity to stamp, you'll be well on your way to selling Stampin' Up products, and you'll be able to book future workshops, which will help you to grow your business and achieve your goals. So let's continue on the road to holding your first workshop. And to do that, let's start with Hostesses. For most of your workshops, you'll have a hostess who invites you and her friends to her home for the workshop. To help you work with your hostess and to thank her for all her help, Stampin' Up created the Hostess Benefits Program. Make sure that any hostesses or potential hostesses that you work with understand this great program. You can learn more about the Hostess Benefits Program in any idea book and catalog. Let's look at how a hostess will help you in future workshops. Hostesses will provide their home for the workshop, invite their friends and family, support you in your demonstration, help you deliver products. Your hostesses can play a vital role in making your workshops a success, so always make sure to work with them and coach them on how they can help you. You can find more information on coaching your hostesses on the demonstrator website. For your first workshop, we recommend that you act as your own hostess. Acting as your own hostess creates some important opportunities for you. First, acting as your own hostess means that you'll be able to invite your friends and family. They'll be excited to learn more about this new opportunity that you're taking part in, and they'll want to learn more. They'll be a great first audience and will most likely become your first customers and hostesses. And second, acting as your own hostess means that you'll receive the hostess benefits. You can use these benefits to start building your business with additional products and stamp sets. Whether you're acting as the hostess for your workshop or if you have another hostess helping you, once the date for your workshop is set, you'll be ready to move on to inviting guests to your workshop. We've already mentioned that friends and family are the best place to start when it comes to inviting guests to a workshop. Outside of friends and family, consider inviting anyone who has an interest in stamping, paper crafting, or scrapbooking. We recommend starting with the 40 Guests in 4 Minutes worksheet found on the demonstrator website. This worksheet walks you through thinking of a list of people that can be invited to a workshop or to host a workshop themselves. Remember to include everyone on your list of potential guests. You never know who will be interested in attending a Stampin' Up workshop. As you involve hostesses in future workshops, you can use the 40 Guests in 4 Minutes worksheet to help her create a list of potential guests. For most workshops, you'll want to have about 8 to 10 guests. To get that many people to your workshop, invite at least 20 people. You should also invite your guests at least 2 weeks in advance of the workshop. and follow up with them again a week before. With guests invited to your workshop, it's time to start preparing your demonstration. Our next step as we look at workshops is to select the projects that you'll demonstrate and that your guests will make. When it comes to choosing projects for your workshop, Stampin' Up! Provides many resources that you can use. Use the product that you received in your starter kit. In the kit, you'll find ideas for projects that you can create using these products. This is also a great time to introduce you to the Workshop Wizard. The Workshop Wizard is found in the training section of the demonstrator website. We've designed the wizard to help you choose projects for any workshop. You can also find ideas for your workshops in the Idea Book and Catalog, as well as other Stampin' Up! Publications. And finally, don't forget your fellow demonstrators. They'll have ideas for projects that you can use as well. You can find many ideas from other demonstrators in Stamper's Showcase on the demonstrator website. As you look through these resources for project ideas, keep in mind that you'll want to show 2 to 3 projects in your workshop. At least one of these projects should be a make and take. We've mentioned make and takes already, but what exactly are they? Make and takes are projects that you can demonstrate and that your workshop guests will make and take home with them. As a demonstrator, you'll provide the resources for your workshop guests to make these projects. Make and takes provide workshop guests the opportunity to stamp. As they do, they'll see how fun stamping is, turning them into great customers and potential hostesses. Once you've chosen which projects you want to show, familiarize yourself with the products that you'll be using. Experience is the best teacher, so just using the product will go a long way toward helping you feel comfortable demonstrating your projects. Make sure to cut out everything you'll need for your demonstrations, as well as the things that your guests will need to do the make and take project. Put together the materials you'll need for your demonstration, such as ink pads, cardstock, and any accessories that you'll use. Finally, to wrap up your preparations, make sure that you have everything together that you'll need. Set aside any order forms and catalogs that you'll take with you. So you've got your guests invited and your projects chosen and prepared. What happens next? Let's get started with what you'll need to know during your workshop. As you hold your first workshop, remember that workshops are social events. They're meant to be fun, and the more fun guests have at an event, the more likely they'll be to make a purchase and book a future workshop with you. Setting the stage for your workshop will help you and your guests have a good time. Choose a room that has enough space for everyone to sit comfortably, but that also has space to stamp and work with the products you'll be showing. Consider using a table for everyone to gather around. Set places for each of your guests with the materials they will need so that they can create their make and take. Also, put out catalogs for your guests to look at, as well as any additional samples that you've created. Start your workshop off right by greeting your guests warmly. Establish a friendly, open atmosphere so that your guests will feel comfortable as they participate in the workshop. With your guests settled in, you're ready to move on to the demonstration portion of the workshop. As you demonstrate your projects, there are a few statements that you'll want to share with your guests. Let's review these statements now. Feature and benefit statements are things that you share about the products that you are demonstrating. Feature statements explain what a product is, what color does it come in, what can it do. Benefit statements explain why a product makes creating a project easier and more fun. Remember, features tell, benefits sell. Let's look at an example of a feature and benefit statement. In your starter kit, you'll receive some of Stampin' Up's cardstock. Stampin' Up's cardstock has many great features. Let's talk about just 2 of these features. Our cardstock is available in all our color families. That's 48 different colors. And it's dyed all the way through. These features lead to great benefits. Because our cardstock matches our inks, color coordination in your projects is simple. And when you tear it, the cardstock color is still there, you won't have a white strip showing up. As you think of a feature and benefit statement for our cardstock, you might consider saying something like, "I just love Stampin' Up's cardstock because it's available in so many colors, and because the cardstock is dyed all the way through. That means that I can easily coordinate colors, and when I tear the cardstock, I don't get that white strip. It's the same color all the way through." In addition to feature and benefit statements, you'll also want to share booking statements. Booking statements are things that you share to entice your guests to book a workshop with you. Remember, workshops are the foundation of your business. During workshops, you'll find new customers and hostesses. Set a goal to book at least 2 future workshops from each workshop that you hold. Workshops are the best setting to share booking statements because your guests are already interested in what you're doing. When they're having a good time with their friends and stamping, they'll be more receptive to hosting another workshop. You can also use booking statements outside of your workshops. As you talk with friends and acquaintances, make sure to offer them the opportunity to host a workshop. Booking statements can be as simple as mentioning that you would love to share stamping with your guests' friends. You can also mention additional techniques that your guests might find interesting and show them a sample that uses that technique. Having additional project samples available can also be used to inspire someone to book a workshop. Let guests know that you would be happy to show them and their friends how to make a particular project or do a specific technique. Always make sure to provide the opportunity for guests to book a workshop with you. Remember, what excites you about doing a workshop is often the very same thing that excites your customers about hosting a workshop. Let's look at an example of a booking statement. One particularly effective way to approach booking statements is to share the hostess benefits that potential hostesses could receive by hosting a workshop. During your demonstration, you might say something like, "As a special thank you to my hostess, I'll be giving her the projects that I demonstrated tonight. Plus, she'll also receive free stamp sets and product for being the hostess. I'll be happy to explain how you can earn free product by hosting a workshop with your friends after we're done." Finally, you'll also want to share recruiting statements. Recruiting statements are things that you share about the Stampin' Up opportunity. Sharing your excitement about being a Stampin' Up demonstrator as well as the story of what interested you in becoming a demonstrator is one way that you can share recruiting statements. As you demonstrate, watch for guests that show a particular interest in what you're doing, guests that are helping others to finish their projects, guests who have large wish lists, and guests who ask questions about being a demonstrator. Talk to them about their interests and share with them the opportunity to become a demonstrator. Remember, Stampin' Up is not a high-pressure sale. Just offer them the chance to continue doing what they're enjoying and earn money while they're doing it. For instance, if you observe someone helping another guest complete her project, after the workshop, you might say something like, "Carol, I noticed you helping Susie during the workshop. I really appreciated your help, and you did a fantastic job. Have you ever thought about being a demonstrator like me? I know you'd be wonderful at it." The final component to a workshop is to have a make-and-take project. The purpose of make-and-takes is to get your guests stamping, which will get them even more interested in Stampin' Up. When they see how easy and fun it is to stamp, they'll be more likely to make a purchase and to book a workshop. After your guests have had a chance to create the make-and-take project, you'll be ready to wrap up your workshop. Take a moment to point out the catalog. You may want to show where the products that you use during the workshop can be found in the catalog. Hand out any order forms and explain that you'll be happy to take any orders from your guests. As guests hand in their order forms, take a moment to review their orders with them. Make sure to see if they have everything they'll need to make a project. Often, guests will forget to order certain products, like cardstock, ink, or something else that they would need to finish a project. Remind them about these products and find out if they would like to add them to their list. You can also suggest additional products that would make it easier to create projects. Reviewing forms and increasing orders is a practice called upselling. Follow up with anyone that expressed interest in hosting a workshop during your demonstration. Don't be afraid to ask everyone about hosting a workshop. Your guests might just be waiting for an invitation from you to host a workshop in their home. As you review the forms, make sure that the shipping and contact information is accurate and clear. While you can close the workshop the same night, you can also consider leaving it open for a couple more days. Leaving it open will allow additional orders to come in from guests and from people who were not able to attend. However, waiting to close your workshop also lengthens the time before your guests receive their orders. After you close your workshop, you'll need to place your order with Stampin' Up. If you place your order within your first 45 days of becoming a demonstrator and it qualifies for Hostess benefits, you'll be eligible for the extra 10% instant income offer. Stampin' Up's online ordering system, OEX, is the easiest and most efficient way to place your order with Stampin' Up. You can find OEX on the demonstrator website under Ordering. Once the order arrives, you'll need to deliver the products to your customers. As you do, make sure to follow up with your customers about whether they know how to use the products. Make sure that they're happy with what they've ordered, and don't forget to offer the opportunity to book a workshop with you. Share with your customers any projects you may be working on, and mention that you would be happy to hold a workshop with them and their friends to show them how to do it. Also, make sure to follow up with anyone who already booked a workshop with you. Find out if they have any questions, and verify that they are inviting guests to their workshop. Offer any assistance where they need it, and make sure to review the Hostess Benefits program with them. Throughout this video, we've discussed the different aspects of a workshop and what you would need to know to hold your first workshop. We're excited to be traveling down this road with you. As you hold workshops and work with fellow demonstrators, you'll find that Stampin' Up! Is more than just a great home-based business opportunity. It's also a chance to meet new people and forge new friendships. Remember, at Stampin' Up!, we do what we love and share it with others.